Peace, party people. Just still adjusting here. I should have been adjusted this. I don't even know why I'm still playing around, right? Oh man, I don't even know why I'm still playing around with this. Y'all even saw my ring light. Whoops. Right, let me get my water. I know I jumped in a little bit early. Peace, party people. Man, here we go. Here we go with the. Let me bring this up a little bit. Man, that'll work, right? Now I got too much shadow in it. Um, happy Tuesday. Thank y'all, and hopefully when I get in this time, hopefully I don't have any technical difficulties. I'm gonna get it right, man. I'm gonna get it right one of these days. So checking my mic check, mic check. Can everybody hear me? If you want to chat, please go in. I saw somebody that was in the chat. Let me know what's up. We're gonna go ahead and start. I want to talk about journaling, and I have a confession. So I'm gonna let some people come in, see what's going on, and then we're gonna go ahead and start and jump in, and then I'm gonna open it up for questions. But having a wonderful week. It is finally like sunny, because what's happening is it'll be like I'm in the Midwest, so the Midwest the weather is horrible, and you get like 2 or 3 days of just like great weather, and then it'll just be terrible for like another week. So last week, I'm gonna say like Tuesday of last week, my heat was on, and then like the next day it was hot. Had to open up all the windows, and when I say hot, I don't mean like Florida hot. I mean like it was warmer than usual. I think it was like in the 80s. So it's just again that's literally apocalyptic weather, right? It's 38 degrees one day, and the next day is 82. Like that's wild. So last weekend we visited Michigan State University. Had a link up with family there and friends. So shout out to my brother this Dolo and his family. Shout out to my boy DJ Illiterate. Salute to you, bro, because you've been my homie, and I should have been going up there to visit you. So I apologize for that. We do a lot of confessions today. A lot of confessions today. Okay, here we go. We'll talk about journaling, right? So, almost done with Man Heal Thyself by Supernova Salam and Queen of Four. And in it, in the beginning, there was 3 levels of fasting, and we chose level 1. So, and part of that fasting, I had to, and I'm doing it for the month of May, almost done, 6 days left, and I had to do some journaling. Right now, I have been working with young people for pretty much most of my life, and when and I have students that have mental health issues, and every time they will bring that up to me, and they were dealing with trauma, I would always recommend journaling. And lately, my manager, she's been my source of journals. So she's someone that I'll be like, hey, I need a journal, and boom, she'll hook me up. Because I have composition books, but I know a lot of time I love composition books. Every time I give that to somebody to journal, they always look at me funny. So my whole thing is when I recommend something or I suggest something, I try to make it as number one as digestible as possible, right? B easy to do, and C comfortable, the most comfortable way to do it. So that way that person has no excuses to not do those things or to quit early. You know what I mean? And I learned that. I learned that if you want to do something, try to find a way to do it where it's more comfortable for you, and it's more accessible to you, and it's something that you like, right? So if you like the color blue, then you should get a blue journal, right? But I'm not here to talk about that yet, right? My confession is that I have been recommending journaling for a while to a lot of people that I know and I love, to a lot of my students. People online have asked me, and I said that. And honestly, and I pride myself in being someone who I will never tell you to do something that I won't do. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody's like, "Oh, what do you do to warm up in the morning?" I said, "I use a jump rope." You know what I mean? I recommend you use a jump rope. I mean that. You know what I mean? When I tell someone, meaning I jump rope 6 days a week, right? Every morning, right? It's 6 days a week in the morning. Excuse me. When I tell someone to stay hydrated, I stay hydrated. I'm not the type of person that'll tell you to do something that I'm not doing. I might say, my homie does that. You might want to holler at him, you know what I'm saying, to get more information. But I will recommend something that I don't do. You know what I'm saying? So here I am for years, maybe decades, right? I've been recommending journal. And quite honestly, I didn't start journaling until May of 2021. So there I go. I'm a hypocrite. That being said, and I'm not trying to justify, right, what I did, because that's really whack of me. I do write literally my whole life every other day. If I'm not writing prose, I'm writing notes on something I'm going to write. I'm writing poetry or rap or working on an essay or fiction. I write a lot of fiction. Heck, I have a lot of books that I started writing that I didn't finish writing. I do have a book that's published, and I have another book that's done that I haven't published, and I'm writing a book now. So I've been writing. I consider myself a writer. You know, I have articles. If you search my name, you'll find it under Dan Cherzomi. You'll find it. I have articles online. So writing has been therapeutic for me, and I've been writing all the time, but I've never journaled. I never did it outside of, I never wrote outside of like work. Well, you know, well, back in the day, I used to write raps, and poetry, but outside of that, it's been I've never written stuff for me, and journaling is something that I realized was for me. And it's funny because let me say that. Let me take that back. It's hypocritical because I have told people to do these things for several reasons. One of them is to help kind of like really take your thoughts and put it on paper. Don't get me wrong. A lot of the essays that I write are very personal. I always throw some personal stuff in it. When I tweet, that's very personal. So I do kind of like lay out my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like if you read about the stuff that I write, you're gonna learn a lot about me. So it's not like I wasn't. And again, I'm not trying to make excuses. It was mad hypocritical of me to not journal. But it's something that I recommended if other people did, and I just never did. And I don't think that's right. So from this day forth, I shall continue to journal. I'm really loving it, and I don't know why I didn't do it sooner. I think a lot of it is because oftentimes we think we don't need that shit. You know what I mean? Like I really thought like I didn't need to, because again, I wrote. Again, I could take you to my bookshelf and I could show you all the books where I've written stuff in, dating all the way back to the late '80s. Yeah, I know I'm old. So I've written pretty much every other day of my life. I'm going to go ahead and say every other day of my life. There have been times when I might have written for a week or whatever, and I do write haikus. I do use a writing prompt. So I do write, and I have essays that I never put out. You know what I'm saying? I have stuff that I've never shown anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I have a lot of stuff that I've written. I'm pretty sure that when I go into my transition, my folks are going to find mad stuff that I've written physically. So again, I'm making any excuses. I'm just like confessing. So I'm going to explain to you like what journaling has done for me. This month, I decided to do that fast. Has been a very trying month. A lot has gone down. A lot of things have happened, particularly at work. In my personal life, things have been going really well. But at work, which I really enjoy my job, I really enjoy my students. There's been a lot of tension, though, because there's a lot of changes that are going around. One of it is because of the pandemic. Two of it is because we kind of had like a regime change. And a lot of people have left because of that regime change. So there's a lot of personnel changes. And there's a lot more work